Welcome back to Keeping BZ, the podcast-like show where Zach and I show and tell each other a game to necessitate talking to each other and hanging out. And this is Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official movie of the game for the PlayStation 2. This game was also released on GameCube, Xbox, Xbox 360, and it had two different PC versions. It had a PC version based off of the PS2, Xbox, GameCube era version, and then it had a second PC version called the Gamers Edition, which was based off the Xbox 360 version. I've played most versions of King Kong that exist. I've also played the Nintendo DS version, which is remarkably terrible. It's actually probably one of the worst video games I've ever played. Whereas the console version that we're going to be playing today is one of my favorite licensed video games of all time. King Kong was developed by good old Ubisoft Montpellier, who did Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil, and some of like the best games to come out of Ubisoft outside of like, you know, the Sands of Time trilogy, which is a different team. And so the way this game happened was that Peter Jackson approached basically this Ubisoft team because he really liked Beyond Good and Evil. And he said, hey, I'm making this King Kong movie. Could you guys make the tie-in game? And he gave them a bunch of like the movie was still being made, but Peter Jackson gave them full access to all of the movie's materials to put this game together. So a lot of like the cut content that was cut out of the movie, they were able to then use for the game and so on. So I've made my way a little ways into the game. I'm thinking, it might be nice to start from the beginning, though it might be fun to also just get to the real meat here. Let's just do this. So, if any of you know anything about the story of King Kong, basically, this takes place 1920s, 30s era, around the Great Depression.
We're almost out in the open.
And this game follows a team of filmmakers that travel out into the deep unknown to a seemingly uninhabited island called Skull Island to film a movie on location. So this game, you are playing as Jack, who's like just basically kind of the right-hand man of, and also the writer of the movie. This is our movie director, played by Jack Black. This is Carl Denham. He's trying to get a shot right here. Okay, that looks a little better. In most versions of the game, when these guys are rowing, they're not in sync with the boat, so they're tilting in the opposite direction of the boat and they clip outside of the boat.
First thing we have to do is find some place for the plane to land.
So, yeah. Anywho, this is the PS2 version. It doesn't run super great, but the thing is, King Kong is a video game built around scripted events. So, if the game is running too fast, like if you're playing the PC version and the game's running too fast, the game's going to have issues because it's trying to constantly keep up with itself, because it's trying to always be in sync with the action going on. It's not a terribly polished game, and it mostly runs at 30 frames per second, but has a lot of dips, especially in more active scenes. And if the game goes over like 60 on other console versions, it'll have scripting events that will cause sometimes the game just to soft lock because you can't progress. Because there's some like physics-based stuff in the game that will not activate if the frame rate's too high. So this game has all of the movie's cast. You got Asian Brody voicing Jack. You have Jack Black voicing Carl Denham. You have all the film's cast here, and they honestly do a pretty solid job mimicking their film's characters, especially because for a lot of these characters, at least especially Hayes over here, he didn't get a lot of screen time in the Peter Jackson movie. So it's nice to see him actually have a bit more of a role here. You can talk to people to just like get hints from them.
You're right, Carl.
I was just thinking about Preston. I hope to God he protects.
Or like if a character has a weapon and you want their weapon, you can talk to them and you can swap weapons like this.
Catch.
And she'll pick up my weapon, or she was supposed to. Oh no, she took her own. Whatever. Yeah, I can take Hayes' weapon if I want. The game, as you saw there, has a bit of fire physics. There's a lot of, like, burning bushes and burning stuff in this game as a way of like clearing obstacles as well as taking out enemies by luring them into the bushes and then throwing fire into them.
Stay alert. We're on their hunting ground now.
Brendan likes his fire physics because he also enjoys
Hit a dead end.
Alone in the Dark Inferno edition.
Graveyard. This is the perfect.
Yeah, Alone in the Dark, which was the remake, reboot of the Alone in the Dark franchise that came out on the 360 and PlayStation 3 and PC. That was basically poorly reviewed at the time for a reason, but I have actually a pretty big soft spot for that game.
Oh my God.
Though I find King Kong a much easier game to defend than Alone in the Dark with its terrible writing and dialogue. So, King Kong actually doesn't have terrible writing and dialogue. It works for the most part, but occasionally, being a movie tie-in game, some of the scripting and some of the voice acting isn't as great as it could be. Because you can tell they had to rush the game a bit. But to me, it works way more than it doesn't. If there's any game that, in my personal opinion, is pining for a remaster, it's definitely King Kong. Because it... Like I said, this game is based... Like, a lot of its moments are based around how good its scripting is. And if the scripting is out of whack, the game will be out of whack. And so polishing the game and making it just work better overall as a product, I think, would really help it. But even on its own, you can pick up any console version of this game and you'll have a very good time. The PC versions, you're going to have to screw around with them a bit. Because the first PC version had DRM built into it called Star Force, which if you try to play on a modern PC, will break your computer. The DRM was that bad. So if you want to play King Kong on PC, you've got to play the later PC version based on the Xbox 360 version called the Gamers Edition, because that one does not have the crazy DRM.
You can tell it's the good version because it's called the Gamer Edition.
Yes, for true gamers. Oh, got hit. This was in that kind of in-between era of the PS2 and 360 and all of that, where the games have regenerating health. There's no health bar in King Kong. You can take a few hits and then you'll go down, but if you want to refill health, it's one of those regenerating health kind of games. It's one of the many, many games influenced by Halo.
Do you have to worry about your allies dying?
Yes.
That's one down.
Like when... Watch this. See, Zach, you did that at the perfect time, because that's actually a scripted event that always happens where Carl is attacked by one of the centipede monsters.
I think you'll be okay.
Not me. I was talking about the camera.
I don't know about the camera. I only know how to fix up people.
But yeah, Carl is obsessed and only wants to make his movie and doesn't really care about human beings. He's kind of a psycho. But yes, Zach, they'll go down and like when your party members are attacked, you've played the Resident Evil 4 remake. In that, when Ashley is attacked, you know how she'll like go down into like a down state, and if she's attacked again, she dies.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like that.
That's basically how it works here, though these guys can take a little more hits than Ashley. There we go. Yep, knock that guy down.
Go ahead, Jack. I'll cover you.
If you asked me years ago
That's one down.
if there was a possibility of King Kong getting remade, I probably would have assumed no. But considering all the remakes we've been getting recently, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about a King Kong remake in a year or two from now. Especially since it's made by Ubisoft.
Right. I mean, it's possible that I don't see them like remaking this game so much as just like remastering and doing better with the textures. Kind of like the recent remaster of Oblivion that just dropped, which looks honestly great. I could see them possibly pasting over this game and like improving the facial animation.
It's only you now, Jack. Be careful.
I've seen every version of King Kong. I've seen the 30s film. I've seen the 1970s remake, and of course, I've seen the Peter Jackson version. I still need to see the Godzilla studio-made King Kong Escapes, or what is it? Life of King Kong or something like the one where he has a girlfriend. I haven't seen a lot of the spin-off ones, but I have very much seen most versions of King Kong that are like the main ones. I don't know if I really have a favorite version of King Kong or not. the Peter Jackson one that this game is based on is like 3 hours long, and it's a little much for my taste. I think when it gets to the island segments where it actually has all the battles with the monsters and King Kong, they're awesome. They look fantastic, but most of the movie is a lot of people sitting on boats waiting for this stuff to happen. And Jack, our main protagonist, is a pretty bland character. Like, I do generally think that the character, there's a little bit more personality in the 1930s film, but, you know, this is also a story that heavily deals with island natives, of which we will encounter later in this level, which, you know, comes with its own issues of the ways that natives were depicted back in the olden days. Funny enough, though, Zach, I actually find the island natives in the 1930s King Kong less offensive than the natives in the Peter Jackson movie.
Oh, wow. That is actually surprising.
Well, in the Peter Jackson movie, like, Zach, they're like evil, mystical people with like skull masks that are murderous and just want to kill you. In the 1930s film, they're portrayed as like just people with like families that don't, you know, and there's a bit of like the filmmakers trying to reason, you know, and try to figure out things with them and trying not to, you know, hurt them or anything. The 70s film is kind of in between, where they still portray them a little more like human beings, but there's also a lot of scenes of like them being aggressive and like the filmmakers, like, you know, shooting in their direction to try to scare them away and that kind of stuff. It's always a thing that's always going to be uncomfortable. In the movie Kong Skull Island from 2017, which acts as a semi-reboot to set up, you know, King Kong versus Godzilla, that movie barely uses them, and that movie just kind of has the natives, they just don't speak at all. They entirely speak through some sort of like sign language, and they're pretty quiet, and they don't take up much screen time in the movie because obviously I'm sure the filmmakers are afraid of featuring them too much. So yeah, throughout this game, we're gonna get like consistently paired off with we're either gonna have the full group of characters, we'll either have one or two characters with us, or we'll just have Anne with us. The game constantly cycles out based on what the story is. Also, man, that art design and that lighting there still actually looks pretty good. Not a bad looking game.
We'll be able to get our bearings from up there.
So this is. It is a survival horror game. Like, you're not managing an inventory in King Kong. You can't keep an inventory of weapons or an inventory of items. You just have a gun. You can only carry one gun at a time, I believe. And then you have, you know, like you can pick up like a stick.
Look up there. Another fire. We can't be alone on this island.
So you pick up an item and you hang on to it. And once you use it, that's it.
Look out, Anne.
Oh, we got another escort mission thing here. We'll protect Anne mission.
I gotta reload.
There's sharks in those waters eating those creatures that drop in. That's the thing. When you shoot those birds, they're scripted to fly into the water there to have that scripted event of the sharks in the water eating them, just to let you know those waters are dangerous. All right, Anne's going to open up the path for us here. The AI of your party members is honestly pretty good. They'll fight alongside you. You just, you know, can't rely on them. You do have to fight yourself, or they will get themselves picked off. Especially later on when you're fighting like velociraptor-like dinosaurs. Those guys will take you out easily.
Follow me. I'll cover you from the back.
So like here, Anne will defend us as we move through here. Because when you're in water this deep, the enemies will... You won't be able to attack. Yeah, the rain just sets in very naturally. Very atmospheric game.
So as a shock to probably everybody, I have actually seen Peter Jackson's King Kong.
That's right, you have. I forgot about that, because that seems like a movie that is designed to not interest you and bore you.
I can usually hit my target.
It is, but I think I was in a long car ride, And I think Peter Jackson's King Kong was the only movie we had for the portable DVD player for some reason. So I just went, whatever, I'll just watch this one. And the movie was so long that I was only halfway through it by the time the car ride was over. And I figured, you know what? I already watched the first half. I might as well watch the rest of it. It has been so long that I don't remember much about it, though. I don't think I've seen it since the year it came out. The only thing I remember about this movie is that it's very, very long.
Look out!
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
I remember the relationship between Anne and King Kong and the friendship they formed throughout the movie. The scene at the end where King Kong is on, like, the ice in Central Park, and he's, like, skating around with Anne in his hand. I remember, of course, the fight scenes, like King Kong versus the Rexes, is one of probably the best big monster fights in a movie. Like, these days, I think a lot of the big monster movies rely so heavily on CGI that feels a bit too cartoonish, while I always have found... Nice throw, Ann. I always have found that... Peter Jackson's King Kong always still looks better, like, physics and animation-wise, than, like, for example, the fights in the recent Kong X... Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. I'll go back and watch the scenes in this movie any day of the week. I just think that there's long sections of the movie that do drag on. You know what's really surprising about King Kong, though, that it even got made, Zach, is that Peter Jackson was tapped to direct King Kong while he was still in the middle of directing Return of the King.
Oh, okay.
So they told him, "Are you up for directing the remake of fucking King Kong?" And Peter Jackson went, "That's one of the main movies that inspired me as a filmmaker. I have to do this." So he jumped the second he was done filming Lord of the Rings. He immediately got on a plane and flew to start filming King Kong immediately. And it wasn't until after King Kong where he finally got to take a break.
Catch. Look behind you.
Full magazines on backup.
Look after it. It's a high precision weapon.
It worked. Let's get out of here.
Okay, let's move.
Okay. Little tutorial there for the sniper rifle before we move on to the next level. The way I saw this movie, Zach, is that I actually got the game first. I had a GameCube, and I was interested in this game just because I played the demo of the 360 version in a kiosk at a store, and I thought it was awesome. So I got the GameCube version, which, you know, didn't look as nice as the 360 version I played in store, but I still really wanted to give it a shot. So I did, and I fell in love with the GameCube version, and I decided, you know what? Yeah, I should probably see the movie too. So at the time, a friend of mine from middle school just wanted to go see it with me. So him and I sat at our local theater for 3 hours watching King Kong. I really enjoyed it. He was kind of out of it by the end.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a good movie, just I have difficulty when it's really, really long. Which is also kind of bullshit to say considering how much I binge watch shows. I finished Arcane Season 1 in one sitting.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I am the exact opposite of a binge watcher. I watch like one episode a day of a show, maybe two, and then I stop. It's only if I'm like deeply, deeply, deeply into something will I ever binge watch anything. Because to me, in my head, I'm like, I have so much I want to get done. I can't focus all on one thing all day. I have to do everything. And then usually I end up doing nothing.
Yeah, that's why I end up binge watching. Because sometimes I'll tell myself, oh, I should do this or that. And then my brain just goes, we both know you're not going to do it. Just continue watching. And I'm like, okay.
Yep. Oh, here's the natives. You can see them off in the distance. They're silhouettes. So we're going to see them in a second. For some reason on the Gamers Edition PC version, their textures don't load. So whenever you see them, they're just like these black blob-looking things on that PC version. But thankfully, the PS2 version, yes, everything is textured because this was kind of the main version of the game. So the reason why I'm attaching a bug to my stick is that way it lures the enemies away wherever I throw it. Then I can use this to knock down that fire and take out these enemies. There we go. And then up that... Oh, wow, they're attacking each other. And now they're going to start, I believe, eating... Oh, they're going to start eating that flying enemy that just dropped. Because they'll eat each other. There's a lot of, like, enemy interaction in King Kong. Oh! There we go. Got to be careful. They sneak up on you and grab you. Gotta wait for a health to reload.
I am a big fan of enemy interaction. I think it just makes the world feel more alive. That's one thing I really like.
There's a lot of it in this game.
That's one thing I really like about Blue Dragon, is if you fight different species of enemies, the predator of an enemy will focus on the prey before attacking your party.
That's really cool. Yeah, King Kong's the same way, where if you can lure enemies with bait to other types of monsters that they don't get along with, they will just start picking at each other, and you can usually, like, sneak by. But usually you don't get so lucky. Usually you just have to lure them, then either, you know, shoot them or kill them, or lure them into a place where you can, you know, put fire to the weeds to kill them. Good job, Anne.
Anne seems to be able to take care of herself, which I think all an AI needs to do. I don't think an AI needs to be good enough to play the game for you. I just need them to be good enough to not ruin the experience.
Right. There comes Anne.
I can try and open it from the top.
Be careful, Anne.
Okay, she's going to try to open this door for us.
I'll be quick. Be right back.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, and there's another door, so she's probably going to have to open this one for us, too.
Yes. There's a winch up here. I can open the door for you.
Anne, you hanging in there?
What's going on? Why don't we hear Anne?
Maybe if he spoke up, she would have heard him. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Hi. And now we're going to swim away. Oh, no! And they took us out. And so now we're going to get the game's recreation of one of the most iconic scenes of King Kong. The atmospheric sound design in this game is fantastic. We just hear kind of the half-blurred sounds that Jack's hearing of the chanting as his vision slowly fades back in with that good old forced perspective until he's like, where am I? If we try to move, we just strain our ropes but can't go anywhere.
What the hell? Damn it, my hands are tied.
That progressive beating and chanting as things just build and build, which I think is in every version of King Kong to some extent. Oh, you can see the trees moving in the distance. And here comes the big boy. I still think it's crazy that Peter Jackson was able to play video games enough while directing all of these movies that he was able to go play Beyond Good and Evil, go, hey, this is awesome. Hey, could you guys make my game? And so they did, and it comes with the same type of care and talent like any of the games made by Ubisoft Montpellier.
It took Anne.
What? Yeah, I know. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's gigantic.
Okay, and Jack Black came to free us.
This way.
I remember a lot of people being kind of off-put by his casting in this movie at the time, because Jack Black was seen as, you know, the Skull of Rock, the Nacho Libre guy. They were like, the King Kong is like a very classic, very serious story. What is Jack Black doing here? When in actuality, Jack Black was actually very well casted, in my opinion, to play Carl Denham, and his performance is one of the most memorable to come out of the entire movie. In a movie that, frankly, has a lot of characters that I honestly did find forgettable, you know, that aren't like Anne.
I have no idea where Hayes is.
Oh, you can see King Kong going up the forest into the distance.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Carl's trying to get a shot before he goes away. If you get in front of Carl while he's filming with his camera, he yells at you. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The introduction of a new enemy soon here. What's Carl doing? He's looking around. Oh, we do need to get that lever because this this up here, I believe there's one lever and then the other's missing. Yep, there's always a find the lever parts in different parts of this game.
We gotta get through that door. There's no other way. Over there. Something moved.
What's that? Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, he's got Jack Black. Jack. Oh no, and he's in his stunned state, so it's going to take a bit for him to get up on his feet. Come on, Jack. Because I don't have any guns because the natives took all of them. He's going to hide in here. I'm going to trigger this line.
Unbelievable. It's a goddamn dinosaur.
Thing you have to be careful of with the Velociraptors is that when you knock them down, if you try to get too close to them to pick up your spear again, they will jump up at you while they're on the ground and take a jab at you. So you have to be careful. Oh man, I am fucked because I got hit by both a centipede and the dinosaur. Oh, he's limping. No, I missed with the spear and he got me. No, this game can get really tense. What I should have done is taken cover back with Jack Black, but I didn't because the centipede went in with us in our place of cover.
We gotta get through that door. There's no other way.
Okay, here we go.
Over there. Something moved. Jack, get it. Take cover, Jack.
Okay, got him in the fire. What I do like, too, is if you're holding one of the smaller sticks and then you go to pick up one of the spears, Jack will automatically pick up the spear if you hit the grab button because it's a better weapon.
Some kind of predator from the looks of it.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. All right. Yep, the centipedes. Let's take out this centipede before the next dinosaur shows up. There we go. Where is he? Where's the dinosaur?
Do you have to throw the spear to deal damage, or can you also poke with it?
Poking will drive the enemies back, but it doesn't do much damage. Oh, and look,
okay.
The dinosaur's going after the centipede.
It's incredible.
Okay, so he's dealing with the centipede, so he's not... if he tries to come over to where Carl and I are, he actually has a scripted animation where he'll try to dig himself in between these pillars and try to nab us. Okay. He's gonna bite at the bug. Is he gonna win? Oh, here he comes! Wow, that bug is just not going down.
I'm surprised it's still alive.
I know. Come on. Wow, I'm just gonna watch this. This is fun.
Welcome to Keeping Busy,
Come on.
where we have animal fights and we're betting. All right, $5. Who's got $5?
Come on, Jack, defend yourself.
I'm gonna take out that bug. There we go. Now, is he gonna come at us? Yeah, here he comes. See, yeah. This little script animation is awesome.
He's complaining that you stole his kill.
He's gonna try to dig in here, go grab a spear, knock him again. Stay down! Shit. Love that. That's another little nice little cue is that sometimes your party members will warn you what direction an enemy's coming from. So while I was passing the dinosaur on the left, Jack Black yells, "On your left!" Okay. Oh, and now smaller ones. Now, thankfully, these all go down in one hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Driscoll! Woo! For Christ's sake, Jack, if we get that lever, we can open this door and find the monkey.
It's actually an ape, Carl. Don't call them monkeys.
Did you hear that? And his arms, did you see the size of his arms?
Yes, I saw them, Carl, while he was trying to eat us. Now, Jack Black's great in this game. He put 100% in his performance, as he always does. Let's be fair.
Do you think you could see modern Jack Black in a role like this?
Maybe. I think Jack Black, looks for what the right opportunity is, but at the same time, yeah, a lot of his modern day roles are definitely what pays the most, which is, he was in 2 of the highest grossing video game movies of all time, which is Super Mario Brothers and Minecraft. So, who knows? Maybe he's just at this point supporting his family, or maybe he would do something more experimental. I mean, he was in Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Fine.
Yeah, he's really good in that game.
I could do the rest myself.
Psychonauts 2 in general is just great.
Yeah, and then fade to black, level ends. They play these little transition pre-recorded transition animations to load the game, and then it loads immediately the next scene. What time are we looking at, Zach?
Jack, come quick. I heard Ann scream.
We are looking at 34 minutes almost.
Okay, so I'll play this level, and then maybe we'll stop then. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, we can hear Anne screaming in the distance, so we're going to go look for her. And, oh, what's this?
The size of him, he's amazing. Quick, Jack, we gotta catch up to him.
And it genuinely tells honestly, a pretty good retelling of the movie's story through this game, but it's in some ways more engaging because it's a fucking video game. And it's a well-designed one. You just heard King Kong smashing his way through up here, so if we walk up here, we're going to see the carnage.
Look at this carnage. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
What's that noise? Oh no! Run, Carl! Oh no! We'll get you back, Carl. So now we're alone once again, and this level can get pretty tough because we have to chase up to their nest so it doesn't eat Carl. So, yeah, we can't get through there because we have to have 2 people pushing it, so we got to run in the direction of Carl's screams. That's pretty much the only use I have for poking with the stick is breaking through barriers. Oh! Got some dinosaurs. There we go.
I'm assuming a spear on fire will do more damage than a spear not on fire.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the tier of these weapons are the little sticks, the spears, and spears on fire. Remember when individual blades of grass that move was like a revolution in video games?
For some reason, that makes me think of that one Call of Duty game that touted that its fish AI will move away from you. Except Mario 64 also did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game does look technically impressive for the PS2.
Yeah, King Kong was always a really cool game that kind of got swept under the radar a little bit, but I'm happy it did well enough that it then got a 360 version and was able to be upscaled to the consoles after that. Because when they made the 360 version, Zach, they did basically remaster it. They did like redo all the textures for all the characters and make them a little more expressive. But in some ways, I do find the art design of the PS2 and GameCube version a little better, because it's what the game was originally designed with, and so sometimes the way the textures are kind of, stapled over in the 360 version doesn't always look the best. Alright. Still, I'm happy a 360 version even exists, but it's also the most expensive version of King Kong if you're looking for a physical.
Is that a version you found when we went to a convention that you were debating getting?
Yes. Yeah, because I own it on GameCube, I owned it on 360, and I own it on PC. And I own it on DS, but I never play the Nintendo DS version. Never. Like, maybe I would show that off on BZ sometime just for laughs, because it's so bad.
Last magazine on backup.
Okay, I only got 1 magazine left, so once we use up that, I'll take that pistol that's sitting there. This is a little mini boss fight. Basically, whenever this guy charges, that's when you want to lay off a shot. Got him. Shotgun feels very good in this game. Where is he? Here he comes.
Last magazine on backup.
Yeah, so instead of having an on-screen indicator, there's no UI in this game, so Jack will just tell you how many shots he has left if you hit the B button, or the circle button in this case.
4 bullets on backup.
Okay, 3 bullets left.
Nice shot.
And we got him.
This island is amazing.
Let's take that pistol.
Gotta get a shot of this.
Of course, Carl needs to get a shot.
I just want to get this close up. Okay, I'm good. Now let's go find Kong.
So yeah, when people talk about the best licensed games, and they talk about Spider-Man 2, and they talk about Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, Carl, what are you doing? The fuck you doing, Carl? Let's over here, Carl. This way. Okay, well, we do have to go back to camp. Maybe his AI will figure itself out eventually. That's right. There's some of these guys trying to get us on the way back. Come on, Jack Black.
I don't know if he's coming.
And I don't know how to, like, make his AI come. Oh boy, yep, we got a couple dinos here too. Like, see, like, the enemies have spawned in the way they're supposed to. My fucking quick draw McGraw and fucking King Kong. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's loading. So hopefully Carl's AI takes a hint.
Maybe the game will be nice and just spawn him next to you.
Yeah. I've never had that glitch happen before, by the way, because of course I did, and it only had to happen when I was recording.
Right when you were about to talk about how it's one of your favorite licensed games, too.
Yep.
I'm not getting this open on my own.
Sure, but we need to make sure Carl's going to come first. Usually when you grab one of these pillars, it will activate their AI to come to you. Come on.
Is it even possible to go back and check on Carl?
Oh yeah, I mean, we can navigate the whole way back. There's a path. It's just, yeah, it's a little strange that he was locked into that wall for some damn reason. I've never seen that happen before. But honestly, I've never really had an issue with, unless it's on like the PC version where the frame rate was running too high. I've never had an issue in King Kong where the characters just, you know, failed one of their scripted events. Like, this isn't like a Fallout game. Oh wow, he really did just like get stuck the whole way over there, didn't he? Come on, Carl. Is he? Is he? Is he? Here's the reveal. Yep.
I don't think he's getting out of that.
I don't think so.
Are you able to damage him and kill him and then the game will respawn?
The game refuses to let you throw things at him.
You hanging in there, Carl?
Hurry up, Jack. They're right there. We can catch up with them.
I believe in you, Carl. You can do it.
You alright, Carl?
This island is fantastic, Jack.
Oh dear. Maybe we can just quickly reload a checkpoint.
Looks like that's something you'd have to do, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Yep, unlock some extras. Actually, fuck it. Instead of dealing with that for a second, let's check out one of the extras. So, you know, Zach, when you unlock concept art in a game, you know, it unlocks a little menu where you can look through it, all the art they did for the concept art. But they do it a little differently in King Kong. It's actually an environment unto itself.
Oh, wow. I also saw something about an internet code.
Yes, an internet code online to unlock some of the other special features in the game. Which I believe you can just look that up online now. So this was Weta Digital's artwork. So a lot of this artwork is actually for the movie King Kong and not for the game. This is concept art Weta Digital did for these environments. And yes, a lot of the digital effects for King Kong were done by Weta, who wouldn't really become a really big known name until they did the effects for the new Planet of the Apes movies, where they basically pioneered new motion capture technology with those films. I believe this is supposed to depict one of the cutscenes from the movie where they're fighting like a bunch of bugs. And yeah, you unlock a series of these rooms with little extras to interact with that act like these weird... It's like museum set in a cave or something, wherever this is. What else we got? Trailer, credits. Yeah, these are unlocked once you get through different parts of the game. When you accrue a certain amount of points. If we choose the level we were on, it'll start us at the around where we saved. Like it'll give us like a checkpoint. Carl?
Carl? Okay, there we go.
There he goes.
Why
Now
did his
now
AI go the exact opposite direction?
I don't know. Something screwed up there. Because otherwise, this game never has any issues that I've really seen besides just, you know, sometimes the enemy AI gets whacked out when the frame rate's going too fast, which isn't a problem on the PS2 version. But we're going to have to redefeat all the enemies, which is fine.
Looks like that one's out of the way.
All right, come on, Carl. Let's go. Yeah, he's fine now. So we'll finish the level with Carl and move on from there. You also play as King Kong in this game, though it does take a bit before you finally get your first King Kong level. While the Jack levels are more like first-person survival horror, the King Kong levels are beat-em-ups, where you face a bunch of different enemies where King Kong has to slap them around. He can pick up enemies and throw them at other enemies. He can smash them into each other. And he can also enter into basically a rage mode where he just rips them apart. There's some pretty good animations. Like when you're fighting the T-Rexes in this game, when you do kill animations, King Kong will either like lift the T-Rex over his back and like snap them in half over his back, or he'll open up their jaw and rip their jaws open.
Aerial footage. I'm a genius.
And luckily, there's another lit encampment over here for us to chill out at. So,
Jack, they're getting away. We're gonna lose them.
I think this has been a pretty good show-off of what the gameplay, or at least the main gameplay of King Kong tends to be. What are your impressions actually getting a decent look at parts of this game, Zach?
I'd say it looks pretty good for a licensed game. You know, it's good that they got the Beyond Good and Evil developers, because I'm a big fan of Beyond Good and Evil, and I used to be excited for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Back in those naive times.
Predators, dead ahead. We're not safe here. Over there, a shelter.
I assume if I played this, I'd have a fine time, but it's not... Admittedly, for me, it's not something I, at the very least, currently want to play, just because I like different kinds of things. But I will say this game does look like it's very well made. I really do like a lot of things about it. The fire stuff is really cool. The way enemies interact with each other is great. The spear throwing kind of looks like it would get repetitive a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just using the spears because your guns only have so many bullets. Birds dining on that dinosaur. Now, if I shoot down this bird, it could actually lure that dinosaur in. There we go. Carl, what are you doing?
What's a good shot?
All right, he's gonna go dine on that bird. We can get another shot at him.
Only 5 bullets on backup.
Oh dear. But he's limping away. I've gotten decently good at shooting in this game without because there is actually an option in the options menu to turn our reticle on, but I always have it off because I think the game does a pretty good job allowing you to line up your shots. Here he comes limping after us. And we got him. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is a case where we need 2 levers. So one of them is back there, so we need to get a spear, light it on fire, and go in there. You can also light the smaller sticks on fire. And then also remember there was a stick near the beginning of the level that was being guarded by a bunch of spiders, which means we have to find some bait to lure the spiders in. So go back here, they're over here, throw the bug there, wait for them to move, grab the stick, and move on. I've replayed this game at least 3 or 4 times. Let's see. Yep, another gun, which I definitely need right now.
Man, I
And
haven't.
we'll open up this gate.
I haven't replayed a game in so long. I have too much in my backlog to go back and replay games.
Oh, well, whenever I get a new console version of a game, that's always, like, when I decide to just give it a shot. Because this is a game that I'm always happy to replay a different version of, just to see how this version runs.
Nice work, Jack.
Carl? Come on. There he is.
One magazine on backup.
Like the music a lot in this game. It reacts usually to anything that's going on and transitions well.
Last magazine on backup.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Those sticks, by the way, are infinitely spawning. As long as you see one of these piles, you can grab a new stick from them. It's only the spears that are usually in limited quantity. Oh no, Carl!
4 bullets on backup.
You gotta wait for Jack Black to get on his feet again. There he goes. Yeah, it doesn't take very long.
Careful on your right.
Oh, there he is.
3 bullets on backup.
Oh, here we go. This is a good section. I'll do this quick. Because this is where we finally get reunited. Carl, come here for the scripted event.
Hayes! Thank God you've escaped! Yeah. I think I lost them. Engelhorn dropped some ammo supplies from the seaplane. Get over here. I can't. I'm blocked behind these bushes. Go get some fire, Jack. You have to clear path for me.
Or you could do it, but whatever. Alright, so all we have to do, Zach, is just cross this river and then get some fire for Hayes, and then everything will be fine. So let's just cross the water here and...
Uh-oh.
I'm almost dry.
Okay. Yeah, so what Hayes said is that he actually has a Tommy gun. So if I can get to him, I can just start laying into these dinosaurs, but I actually have to navigate myself there first without getting picked off. Oh, but I got him. Nice. So the dinosaurs, there's going to be more spawning soon. I think I can hear them in the distance. But oh no. Okay, we have to protect Hayes quick while this one's going around. Oh god! God. Okay, burn the bushes. Yeah, I got it. Phew! Yeah, I forgot about that, that once you try shooting at it, it'll jump over to your side and try taking you out. I love that animation, too, where it grabs you by the foot and you have to, like, knock it away. Okay. Now he'll be able to reach us and we can move on. They're going to cross the water.
Oh, Hayes! Boy, am I glad to see you alive.
Yeah? Well, I nearly wasn't. We should never have followed you on this wild goose chase, Denham. Where's Miss Darrow?
The Skull Islanders took her. They offered her up as a sacrifice.
Who to?
You're not gonna believe this. Some kind of gorilla. He's enormous. Must be at least 25 feet tall.
Come on, we have to find Anne. She better be all right for your sake.
And open another thing. At the end of the day, it is a licensed game, so there is a number of assets that do get reused throughout the game. It's very quiet in here. I do not like the sound of that.
It's Preston and his crew. Preston! Jimmy! Are you there? Jimmy! Okay, Denham. Sounds like we're about to find your 25-foot gorilla.
No. That wasn't Kong. That was something else.
Okay, we'll take a quick break.
Oh no! Zach, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
The next level is also really good. What time are we looking at?
Almost an hour.
Okay, so I should probably stop. Basically, our next level is our first encounter with the T-Rex. Your call, Zach. Should we see the T-Rex, or should we finish, or should we just stop here for now? Maybe we'll do another video of King Kong sometime later.
We might as well just show the T-Rex.
All right, I'll try to get my way quickly through this level. This level can get tough. Because the T-Rex is indestructible. You can't actually kill the thing.
Oh yeah, I assume that's King Kong's job.
Right. Oh no. And he's right there. Oh god.
So we have a Carl and a Jimmy. Do we also have a Sheen?
We do not. Unfortunately. I wonder if that was part of... Well, no, I think there was a different reason why those characters were called that name. That it wasn't, like, related to King Kong, but I wouldn't be surprised. So we have to defend Carl and Hayes while they try to make their way through here, while this dude comes through trying to eat us. So if we are able to take out one of the birds, he'll go after the bird and ignore Carl and Hayes. Oh, no, he's still going after them. Now he's gonna go after me. But if I can shoot down a bird, he'll go after the bird. Oh, God. Go after the bird. Come on, get the bird. Okay, he's going after the bird.
Look at the birdie.
Carl and Hayes are still trying to open that fucking door. Now he's gonna come after me again. Oh, God!
Oh.
I forgot he can break that.
I was not
Okay.
expecting that.
Now we can run. Because they opened the door.
Another one down.
Okay. Is he gonna get through? Let's see. Okay. Phew! Well, good. Oh, no, he's coming around.
Get over here and hide. Jack, over here.
Here he comes.
He's gonna tear this place to pieces. We're not gonna last much longer. Get as far back as possible.
Hayes, what are you doing? Get back,
Hey,
idiot.
Hayes. Hey.
Okay, his AI figured it out.
Don't try anything. Don't even move. It's our only chance.
Follow your own advice, Hayes. But he's lured away by Anne yelling. And off he goes. And yes, the controller's rumbling with every step that fucker makes.
He's gone. He's gone after Anne.
At least it means she's still alive. She must have escaped.
That was unbelievable.
And off he goes.
Hurry. Let's go see if there's any survivors. Jimmy! This way, Jack!
All right, navigate our way through the storm and open up another door.
You there?
You all right, Jack?
This way, Jack!
Just make it across here. Oh no.
Right, Jack?
Oh my God. It completely tore Lumpy apart.
So, we're trapped now on this side.
Don't wait for us. We'll go around. Hurry up and find Anne.
And so now we're split up. Oh, Zach, I've also got more bad news.
Oh, whatever that bad news is gonna have to wait for next time.
Darn it! Okay, so yeah, that's Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, one of my favorite licensed video games of all time. And I think it's pretty easy just from watching this video that you can see why it captures, with its scripted events and combat, it captures really excellent atmosphere. It has really good voice acting. It's very reactive and responsive. The atmosphere from the sound design is really well done in the jungle. To me, this game captures a lot of people kind of wanted from something like Jurassic Park Trespasser, with being stranded in a place and having to survive without all of the jank or the overambition that Trespasser had. King Kong is a much more kind of gated and linear game that's more scripted, but it's better for it. So yeah, you can get this on original Xbox, GameCube, PS2. You can get it on Xbox 360. You can get it on the 2 different versions on PC. And any version is worth it. Just check this game out, give it a shot, and you're going to have a great time. So that's, wraps up another edition of Keeping BZ. Thanks for tuning in with Zach and I. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video and leave a comment. We do get a decent amount of views on some of our videos, but we don't have any idea if people are actually enjoying what they're watching. So let us know if you actually do that. So that all said, that's a wrap. Thanks, guys.